Do you feel that this opening to our film would encourage you to watch the rest of the film? Has it attracted your attention, and why?
It sounds interesting.
It's quite mysterious.
It is very attractive.
I do think it has, because I want to find out exactly how the detective solves the case.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in it. It's
Obviously a very intelligent script.
It's pretty cliche though. It's good, but it's happened before, hasn't it?
Yeah, I would watch the rest of the film.
Because there's lots of unanswered questions and now I just want to know what happens.
To find out what the murder's about.
It sounds like a solid plot line. Keep me on the edge of my seat.
And it seems like quite an interesting murder, because it's not something that would happen every day.
Suspense and
Very intellectual film.
Can you make any links between the character Roland Barnaby and modern-day detectives such as BBC's Sherlock and Luther?
Yes.
Because in Sherlock TV show, he does have flashbacks to the crime, but they're blurred and odd, and in this it's a little bit blurred when he's seeing back to the crime, so that it's not perfect.
yeah, Sherlock was what first came to mind.
Barnaby seems to be as ignorant as Sherlock is portrayed.
Where he starts arguing, there's a confrontation. That's quite reminiscent of it.
His level of intelligence.
I did actually think that that did sound like...
Sherlock, because he seems to be sort of quite blunt and to the point. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's sort of got that scene to it where he's like analysing it all and having flashbacks to what the crime would have been like. It's a bit like, not like Sherlock, where he's like seeing what's happened from basic human.
How do you feel about Barnaby's response to authority?
Barnaby was really aggressive towards the chief.
He's a bit of a rebel.
He kind of acts like he's in charge.
He seems quite laid back about them.
I think it's quite a rebellious spirit,
He doesn't seem to really care.
trying to stand up to the chief and telling him not to rush him, and
He doesn't like it, does he?
I mean, he's rudely interrupts him and
it's quite clever how you've worked that into the storyline.
him to do
Do you
it.
feel that Barnaby feels that he's more superior than the chief?
Definitely.
Just by looking at the opening of the film, what sort of journey do you see Barnaby going on throughout the rest of the film? What do you think would be the end result?
I think he's got to uncover a lot of secrets, and that there'll be a plot twist.
He will find out who did it.
And then he'd find the murderer and arrest him.
I would see Barnaby as quite a troubled person, and even throughout the film, his own personal troubles will come and meet him in this case. And then towards the end of the film, he'll try to resolve the two simultaneously.
He discovers himself in the process, and
I have a strong feeling he's going to solve the case and solve who this mystery person is who helped her.
Well, he'd get it right, but it'd annoy everyone along the way.
Just go with his gut.
He'd solve a bigger crime than the one that seemed like it at
Does
first.
this plot resemble any other films or crime dramas that you have seen before? Is it unique and original?
It reminds me of X-Files a bit, in the sense that it's kind of about murder and relationships.
It's quite difficult to be original when you're investigating a crime about murder. Yours is quite unique.
I do feel that it is quite original, but I have seen similar kinds of murders.
he's got some original bits, like the confrontation you don't normally see, but the rest of it, like the crime and the flash, the sort of cross-cutting, that's done quite a lot, isn't it?
Well, it's pretty similar to most of them, but then all crimes are really.
I haven't seen one like it.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like this sort of thing has been done before, but it does feel like it's going to be on a different idea.
How does this film lend itself to stereotypes about people with power and money?
I don't know. The people with power don't really care.
Well, Roland Barnaby wants the money, so he takes the job.
Do you think he does it just for the money?
Because they're giving money anyway, so they don't really care.
I think he might do it as a hobby.
Shows the chief as a quite demanding and quite persistent person, and he wants people to obey him, but Barnaby shows this sort of underdog power that he has over the chief.
Controversially, it's what you usually assume the police to be like, because you think the police is a higher authority, but then seeing them turn to a private investigator sort of backhands tradition.